Lily, when I think about school, it always amazes me how everyone, no matter where they're from, has some kind of school story. There's just something so familiar about it.
Totally. School is like this shared adventure we all go through, and even though every country does things a little differently, phrases like I go to school every day, work everywhere. It's almost like a universal key to starting conversations.
Exactly. And once you have those simple phrases down, you suddenly find yourself able to chat or relate with anyone about school. It breaks the ice so easily.
And not only that, learning to say these phrases in English just opens up even more ways to connect. I actually remember the first time I used a school phrase with someone from another country, it felt like a little victory.
That actually reminds me, it's one thing to say you go to school, but it feels way more personal when you add why you like it. Like, I like my school because I have nice teachers.
Yeah, adding that because really changes the sentence. Instead of just stating a fact, you're sharing something about yourself, maybe your favorite teacher or a fun class. Suddenly, it's a conversation, not just a statement.
Right, and I think it helps people remember the language better too. When you connect a phrase to an actual feeling or a real reason, it sticks in your brain.
Absolutely. Like if you say, I like my school because my friends are there, you're telling a tiny story. That makes practicing English way more interesting, don't you think?
Speaking of making things interesting, school subjects always give people something to talk about. It's so common to hear, my favorite subject is English, or I study math in the morning.
It's funny, because mentioning your favorite subject can actually reveal a lot about you. For example, if someone says they like science, I always want to know what experiment they enjoyed most.
Exactly. And if you're still learning English, starting with simple subject phrases is a safe bet. Plus, it leads to more questions. Why do you like math? Or, which days do you have art? That keeps the chat going.
I've found that even just saying when you study a subject like I have English on Mondays helps you practice days of the week too. So you get extra learning without even trying.
After talking about subjects, routines are another big part of school life. I like how phrases like I have lunch at 12 o'clock or I do homework after school just fit naturally into any school day.
That's so true. Once you know these, you can describe your whole day, step by step. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Short sentences like I play football after school are really all you need to get your point across.
I agree. And using these kinds of sentences makes telling your story feel less intimidating. Even if you're just starting out in English, you can talk about your day without worrying about big words.
Plus, practicing with routine phrases is a great way to build confidence. After a while, you'll find yourself adding more details without even noticing.
Last week, we got stuck on memorizing phrases. But when you practice with actual conversations, like asking, what do you do after school? It suddenly feels way more real.
Definitely. Dialogue makes everything click. When you reply with, I go home and do my homework. And you? It's not just repeating lines, you're having a real exchange. It turns language into something you can use, not just memorize.
That's why repeating these mini dialogues is so useful. You start to hear how questions and answers fit together. And before long, you're ready to jump into new topics without hesitation.
And the best part is, you can mix and match the sentences. Maybe I play football becomes I read a book, or you throw in your favorite activity. It keeps things fresh and fun.
What surprised me most is how even practicing a few sentences every day builds confidence. When you look back, you realize how much you've learned just by repeating and using these phrases.
It's honestly so motivating to see progress, even in small steps. I love hearing from learners about their morning routines or what they do after school. Those little stories show real growth.
That's why we always ask questions at the end. Like, what's the first thing you do in the morning? It gives everyone a chance to practice and share something unique.
And reading answers is a highlight for me. The variety always inspires new lesson ideas, and it feels like a real community. So, everyone listening, keep practicing, keep sharing, and you'll be speaking English with even more confidence soon.